Alrighty, let's go. As soon as it loads the main menu, and we load our save game anyway, we can get started. Now I believe when we left off last time, I don't even remember what was going on. We had just cleared out I think we had just cleared out a good chunk of the split space that was starting to be overrun by some xenon. And now I think we need to yeah, we'll see what the map looks like when we get in. My terrible memory is not helping me here. In any case, priority number one is to get the advanced electronics factory going strong. Which shouldn't be too hard. I think it was about halfway done building the last modules last time I looked. It was probably just a matter of buying some freighters for it and getting them going. It's not going to need large freighters. So maybe we'll have to steal some medium freighters from somewhere else. Well, I don't know. Medium freighters aren't that expensive. Okay, we're aboard the wheelbarrow in split space. Carbon broadheads right here. Although it looks like it needs a few ships replaced. A few fighters. Let's see. Do I have anything being produced? Yeah, there's actually a bunch of fighters produced or being produced or something. It looks like we don't actually have any left to produce. Okay. Let's see. That must mean that the good one is out as well. Ah, there it is. Okay, we should rename this one. We'll just call it that for now. Okay, that means the crappy ones all need to go out to the carbon broadhead and join Alpha Group. That still doesn't give us a full enough fleet, but that's fine for now. Now, how's the money printer currently doing? Let's see. We have 4 more advanced electronics modules to build. Resources are provided and available. We are currently a little bit low on silicon, but wafers are doing okay. Microchips and quantum tubes are both high. What's the other resource it needs? Energy cells. Okay, we have plenty of those. Yeah. So there's nothing stopping the advanced electronics being produced. It looks like we're making 1,400 an hour, roughly. 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 1,400 an hour, I'm not sure if this additional output an hour is already factored into this number or not. I'm going to assume it is. Okay, they seem to be being sold off at a reasonable rate. Yeah, okay. Last 10 minutes, we made a bunch of money. Okay. So the money printer is spooling up. I'm not sure yet whether we're going to need to assign it freighters or not, but we'll see. In the meantime, let's see what's going on. How do you have your... Okay, we'll keep these docked for now. Question is, do we want to invade? Oh, Talati are here already. Well, I guess that answers that question. Let's go help the Talati out. Going to roll in here and start blowing stuff up. Are we on the controls currently? Yeah, we are. Okay, let's get off the controls. And let's have the wheelbarrow roll in into what as well. And the carbon broadhead, we will fly it nearby. We won't have it attack anything just yet. We'll be sitting here for a bit because it needs to.
Greetings.
It's got some subordinates on the way, flying here. Looks like everything's a good repair. How are the levels of supply doing? We have plenty of scrap coming in. We're low on hull parts and Claytronics. How much energy cells are we overproducing? Producing 1,500, using 500. Okay, so we should probably take this time to also start increasing our production. Oh, we can't put that there. We can put them on the bottom though.
Greetings.
Okay.
Hello.
We have 6 currently. I've heard the ratio is 4 to every one of these. Let's actually check that against the scrap a separate heading in here. Or is scrap just flat out not listed here? That's entirely possible. Oh, there's scrap processor. Okay, but for some reason they don't list the other. They list the scrap processor, but they don't list the recycler? What? Oh, there we go. Scrap recycler. Let's fill in 8 of these autofill modules. That's that's definitely screwed up. There's no way this is correct. Okay, so this isn't working correctly. Okay. The station calculator very definitely does not work for scrap recycling, which means I have to do this math myself. Go me. So, encyclopedia, station modules, processing, scrap processor. It doesn't tell me anything about how fast it works here. We'll have to do that math elsewhere. Oh wait, here's... this does. But it doesn't tell me how long the cycles are, does it? Oh, here it does. 5 minutes for each one of these cycles, but here it doesn't say.
Activating travel drive.
This isn't helpful at all.
System matrix number 4 5, 1.
I assume there's some default amount of time. Does it say in here? Production an hour, 18,000. Okay, is that the ideal or is that the actual? So if this is the ideal, then every 5 minutes, okay, it consumes 10,000. So if we double the number, we should be a little over, in theory. Let me see. 6. If it is actually 4 to 1, then by doubling it, we will exactly have enough. Which... Okay, now it's dropped to 9,000. So this is apparently the ideal for one running is 9,000. So that would mean... yeah, we can probably get away with just doubling the size of this. Because we do definitely have enough energy cells for that. Is that gonna look weird? No, it won't. Okay, good.
Hello. Greetings.
Okay. Assign a builder. We'll go with Bob. Sure, why not? We should be able to pull these parts from our own storage. Might take a while to get that going, but what was the energy consumption again? We are producing 700k, but that's only half of this running. So yeah, we definitely can afford the energy cell use. We might have to build another layer of energy cells on to supply the other factories, but I don't actually think that's going to be a problem. In any case, that should help the shipyard run a little faster if I want to do that.
Hello.
Meanwhile, I am going to save my game, and then we're going to take a fighter out and go kill some time. And maybe a few Xeon if we're lucky. Which reminds me, while I'm just sitting here doing nothing useful, I should take the left paw and the left handle and have them both go refit a little bit. Let's see. Dragon. Left paw. Fly down to Holy Vision. Wharf. Upgrade repair. Weapons. Now let's put blast mortars on the outer two. There we go. And the wheelbarrow, take the left handle and give it the same orders. Go ahead and put blast mortar Mark IIs on the outer two slots.
I'll wait for you to tell me to take off.
Just do it, damn it. Okay.
We found something out here.
Ignore it. I don't want you messing around with that stuff. Alright. Now, I'm going to summon the Morea 2.0 prototype and have it fly out here for visit us. Let's see, where are we again?
Hello.
There we go, Matrix 451. So, just
Awaiting orders.
come and dock here. Okay, when that arrives, which it should fairly quickly because it is a fast ship, we'll take it out and fly it around a bit. This is the one that is equipped with blast mortars, neutron gatlings, fast engines. Basically, it has everything that the left and right paw should have on it, but it's a home-built one. Talati shield generators, okay. Those aren't quite as good as the left and right paw, I think, have Terran shield generators. It does have Mark IV combat engines, though. Okay, that needs to go a couple jumps. Yeah, okay, over here quite quickly.
Explosion imminent.
Going boom. Oh, that part of the station's going boom. Looks like the Talati are having a bit of a hard time, but I don't really care that much. They can have a hard time. They stole the system from me anyway. It is a little bit tempting to launch fighters from the Carbon Broadhead and order them to intercept, but nah. There's doing the Talati a favor by clearing a system that they've basically taken over. And then there's going the extra mile of spending fighters to help the Talati take a system that I wanted to have once upon a time. Where is the Bright Promise? Okay. Almost here then. I'm tempted to teleport aboard and just ride it in, but nah. It'll travel faster if I'm not there. Not showing the, okay, they're showing the order line. Weird. Let's set these guns up properly. Okay. And then like that, I guess. With that being default choice. Something like that. Yeah, that should be a good setup.
Imminent.
This looks like fun over here. And my chariot has arrived. So let's teleport aboard and go.
Morea.
Out of my seat, please.
Hello.
Alright, this does have split Mark IVs. They're not upgraded or anything like that. But that's fine, because none of my Moreas are upgraded
Taking
anyway.
hits.
Defense drone.
Who? The Viper?
Affirmative.
Oh yeah, you flew too close, like a dumbass again. Alright. Let's go. Hello, Ash. Welcome here. Doing a little bit of combat while we wait for the... turns out you've owned X Rebirth since 2015. Yeah. Rebirth isn't the best possible one of the series, but... Played 28 minutes. Yeah. Alright. Let's save our game and then go get involved into a little bit of a furball here. Now we actually have a heavy-hitting main gun type weapon, so dogfighting should be a lot more interesting. Last night with the pea shooters was a bit lame.
Xenon defense platform. Defense drone.
Oh, fence drone. Hey, you hold still.
I was not trying to shoot you. Sorry.
Hey, you is not something that phone should respond to.
Defense drone. Defense drone.
And yet, my phone is talented at responding to things it's not supposed to respond to.
Defense drone.
I hit it dead on. These things don't even have shields. They're kind of pathetic. Are there no M's or N's around here? I should have hit him with the main guns right there in that pass. That one, I should probably could have shot him, but it would have been iffy if I would have hit. Nope. Missed big time. Hey, come on. Just, you know, sit still for a second. I can get into a head-to-head with somebody. That's where the geese guns will really shine. Ah, here we go.
Explosion imminent.
Nope, not quite.
Depot damage.
Oh, ouch. Well, we blew him up anyway.
Defense drone.
We might have to go land on the carbon broadhead, get a little bit of repair. Actually, let's do that right now. Carbon broadhead, where are you?
Raptor.
Okay. Need to go around the other side.
Docking queued.
Huge. I've never heard that one before. Oh, they need to put something into storage for me. I bet.
Docking granted.
Yeah, they had to put a ship into storage for me.
Successfully docked.
Resupply, repair. And it looks to be free. Heck yeah. And we're back to 100%. Then we get to launch out the front, which is really cool, by the way. At least I think it is.
Xenon defense platform.
That defense platform looks like it's going to be a defense platform pretty soon. Let's keep clearing off some of these defense drones.
Defense drone.
Boom.
Xenon defense platform.
6% haul. Hey, you, knock it off. Anyway. Oh, did you see we unlocked our second emote today? Not unlocked, but it was released from Twitch moderation jail. And so I celebrated by creating a new one. So whenever that one is removed from Twitch moderation jail, we'll have a Xeon large ship icon. Alas, it looks like I am too powerful and all the Xeon fighters have fled.
S.
Is there anything closer? Oh, there's a K.
K.
Let's go do a run on the K just to be stupid. We're not even gonna scratch its paint, but let's do a run on it anyway. Hey, it's going for the carbon broadhead. You. Knock it off. Yeah. No, you're not allowed to do that.
Danger.
Meanwhile, carbon broadhead. Attack that K. And you are allowed to launch fighters and medium crafts. Let's see how this works out. This is probably really stupid, but... Yeah, the fighter's launching? Oh yeah, the fighters are launching. Look at them go. Launching right down the nose. Is that K engaging his travel drives? I was gonna say, yeah. You're not allowed to escape, Buster. He's shooting the carbon broadhead now. What medium craft does it have? Some nemesises. They're not amazing, but... So let's join the rest of the fighters in doing runs on the K. If nothing else, we're going to be distracting. Oops, we bounced. I didn't intend to bounce. Oh, its shields are gone already. We lost a Nemesis Sentinel. For some stupid reason, those Nemesises are squishy as all heck. I think it's, well, I know it's because of their larger hitbox.
Awaiting orders.
Carbon Broadhead has completed its task. We didn't lose any fighters in that. We just lost one nemesis.
P.
Which I need to remember to stop launching those nemesises against anything other than fighters. Matter of fact, I should go into their orders right now. And set them up. Not to attack, but for interception. There we go. Okay, and pull in the fighters.
M.
Hey, you. Oh boy. Yeah, you're attacking the wrong thing, buddy. Try not to fly into the fire ourselves. I had 10 Nemesis on it at one point, but then they all flew into things like stations and caves and blew up. Yeah.
M.
It takes a little while to get everybody docked.
Danger.
Whoa, okay. We just took like a third of our shields by flying into the fire of our own ship.
Danger.
Please don't shoot me. Thank you. All right.
Xenon defense platform.
It's not dead yet? I guess. I have to admit, I'm quite enjoying this fighter. This is basically the equivalent of the left paw and the left handle, but with slightly different guns and slightly worse shields. See if there's any loot I can collect. Should be at least a little in here somewhere. Collecting loot with a large ship is way easier than with a small one, unfortunately. Let's go. Okay. More loot. See. We definitely want this stuff.
Container.
All right.
Xenon defense platform.
Nothing else around? That's it. There's a couple P's down here, I guess. Once this thing finally goes boom, we'll assign everybody to attack the next one in line, and then... Oh, there's a K down here. I'm pretty impressed with how well the Carbon Broadhead did against that first K. So actually, let's go order this to kill another K. Why not? Sounds like fun. Meanwhile, there's a couple M's and a P down here. We'll take out myself.
Awaiting orders.
Nope. That's an indicator that these guys finished what they're doing.
Awaiting orders.
attack that next.
Awaiting orders.
Oh, it looks like the left handle's back. Wait, don't you dare. I selected the wrong ship, obviously. Oh. I just overshot my target big time. Left paw also has bad orders.
M.
Well, the dragon's orders are going to have to wait a little bit because we have
Awaiting orders.
some annoying kits coming after us. Hey, you. Get over here. Head on fast, you say? How about a blast mortar instead?
M.
Okay, I kind of love the blast mortars. Oh, are they only... No way. No, they do fire... Okay, why were they acting weird then? Okay. We have the dragon selected, I think. Attack. Okay, there we go. There's the left handle. Did I accidentally delete your... Yes, I did. Oh, dock and wait. Board the wheelbarrow. Confirm. There we go. I removed his default orders by accident.
P.
You're only 40k away? Alright, let's go get you. We should be able to take out a P pretty easily with this fighter. Although I should probably use the travel drives instead of wasting thruster. Okay. I believe I may have hit with that. That wasn't great. Okay.
All damaged.
That's unfortunate. I was hoping the blast mortars would fire a second time on that run, which is why I held it straight as long as I did. Boom.
P.
Alright, let's take care of the second one then. We need to regen a bit more shields before we go in, though.
We were hit.
And Vordorian's Viper's taking damage because it's a fool, and that thing just has problems with getting too close to things it shouldn't get close to. I'm not worrying about it. It'll back off and re-engage on its own. These are sitting ducks for this thing. Kind of awesome. Boom. All right. Nothing else nearby. Go find out what's going on down here. Carbon broadhead has stopped moving. Why? It looks like the K it was after has left. Okay. I guess that's as good of a reason as any.
Xenon defense platform.
There's drones, but they haven't launched. Okay. Is it just me, or is this not the normal shape for a defense station? It looks like the one side is higher than the other. It might just be the perspective, though. As soon as the autosave is done, we'll turn in on it and see if it looks right. Yeah, I think it might just be the perspective. Maybe. Okay, what was that danger warning? I have no idea what that danger warning is, because honestly I don't see anything dangerous. Well, it looks like the dragon is firing on all cylinders, you might say. It's really cool when all the turrets are synced up like this. Whereas the wheelbarrow is not nearly as synced, unfortunately. I can tell this is the wheelbarrow because of the paint job. If it was the Viper, it would still have the default red paint job. Or default blue, I mean. Speaking of which, here's the Viper. Painted in faction standard blue. Oh, I wonder if that warning horn was because it was launching drones. Nah, no way. What's the 79%? Okay. Well, we better get some speed before we have any issues. That looks like a bunch of annoying little drones.
Defense drone.
Go take them out. I still have something to fly after. They're way out of range, but it's not like we're going to overheat the guns.
Explosion imminent. Danger.
What's exploding? go.
Defense drone.
This is by far from the most effective way to clear these drones out, but hey.
Danger.
Get back here, you ornery little git.
Defense drone. Defense drone.
And stop stealing my future kills. I don't actually want the dragon to stop shooting at him. Actually, I think I'm near the Viper right now. It'd probably be the Viper's guns. I actually don't know. Who's shooting me? Whoever it is, please stop. Okay, fine. We should probably make a quick repair visit to the Carbon Broadhead, but
Defense drone.
I'm not actually terribly concerned with my health at the moment. Where is a friendly capital ship that I can go sit next to for a bit? Well, there's the Carbon Broadhead. There's the Viper. We'll go see if these guys want to follow me into the Viper's gun range. Clearly they do. Protect me, mommy. Or maybe it's daddy, I don't know. It is kind of cool that you can hear the other ship's guns firing like this, even though, you know, of course, guns shouldn't make any sound in space. It would be kind of cool if you didn't hear the gun sound in space, but
Xenon defense platform.
I'm sure somebody
Defense
somewhere
drone.
would complain about it if they didn't have gun sound in space. Oh well.
Defense drone. Rattlesnake.
There's the wheelbarrow.
Defense drone.
Sorry, Split tried not to shoot you again.
We probably shouldn't be this close to the station, just saying. Go ahead and go to the Carbon Broadhead and get repaired.
Explosion imminent.
Where is the Carbon Broadhead? It's somewhere... There it is.
Raptor.
There it is. You're gonna have to engage travel drives to travel that far. In a reasonable amount of time. I'm kind of curious. If I engage travel drives while still thrusting, does that just... On a ship like this where it immediately charges?
Docking granted.
Okay. So the slowdown force
Successfully
of a
docked.
carrier is not nearly as strong. Okay, let's try something here. Does it auto repair me when I dock? No, it does not. Okay, so it does not work the
Docking
same way that
granted.
AIs do.
Successfully docked.
On the other hand, we can just go right ahead and repair right now. Ah, that's really nice. Free repairs. I assume that works just as well for medium ships too, so we should never have to pay to get the on foot repaired ever again. Okay, there's a great deal of gunfire going off in this direction, so that is probably where the battle is happening. Yeah, you can see the somewhat destroyed station there. I should probably order the Carbon Broadhead to fly to a more central location as well. I definitely need to buy more destroyers. How far along are they? 30% left. Nothing else around here hostile right now. We could go destroy S's.
S.
That actually sounds like a good use of our time. I have to say that this is a lot more fun. Oh yeah, wait. I was gonna try. Thrusting, and then engage travel drives to the top of the... Oh yeah, it does. That's awesome. You can thrust and then engage travel drive before you lose your thrust speed, and it keeps it. Okay, we're gonna have to thrust after this thing. And then... Dang it, we're out of shields. Okay, travel drive it is. This is gonna be tricky though, because we got to aim right at it. We're gonna have to shoot as we come close. So that it drops out of travel drive and we drop out of travel drive. The techniques the pirates don't tell you about. I messed with both those shots because I'm bad. There we go. One less P in the world. Now, where are we at? Are there any other P's we can take? There are some N's and M's and N's right over here. Let's go say hi.
Awaiting orders.
Carbon Broadhead's in position.
Jump M.
Oh, hello. You like to say hi to my little gun?
N.
He said hi to my big gun instead. Oh, it looks like we got a bot. Give me a second here. So it'd actually probably be a good time to just pause. Go bother somebody else, Mr. Bot. Your kind are not welcome here.
N.
Oh, I'm not sure what bot followers would help me with. Particularly since I think Twitch clears those out periodically. Bonk, we hit a station.
M.
Go get a different one. That one's too close to the station for my comfort. Oh, we're out of shields. That's bad. Come on, hurry up and regen my shields. Turn too sharply, you lose too much speed.
M.
Come on. Ah, I waited too long to shoot. And again. With two guns, it's a little bit hard to decide when they're both lined up and ready to go. I should have fired my... Oh, he's gone.
S.
Is that the nearest? The suck range for fighters is really low. From here, oh wonderful loot. Okay. Now,
S.
let's go clear out some of these S's. I actually wonder if we put our nose right on the lead indicator. Will that result in us meeting the S at that point, approximately?
Awaiting orders.
Yep, we nuked the bot. One of those spy followers.
Awaiting orders.
Ah. It's like, okay. I have followers already, thank you. Real people. Like, I'm not sure what bot followers are actually going to get me. They're not going to raise my viewer count. And once you are a affiliate, followers don't really get you, you know, just a higher follower number doesn't really get you anything. Because to get partner, you need to have average viewers, not just a number of followers. Which is, for example, why Avi is not a partner yet. Because while he pulls in a pretty good number of viewers, he doesn't pull in nearly enough to give you a partner. And he does have like well over 1,000 followers. Doesn't really help out. Getting affiliate is pretty easy.
S.
Getting partner is not. And bots are not going to help you out with either of those goals in the long term. But I don't know. Maybe there's somebody somewhere who wants to buff their ego who pays those guys. I can't imagine who or why. Hold still, you miserable little get back here. You just need to hit him with a few shots and he'll stop. There we go. Heck yeah. Boom.
Container.
Envidium, crystalline,
Container.
and programmable field array.
Asteroid.
Okay. Loot. Yeah. Views, follows, none of that stuff actually matters. Once you're a or I'll call it, what matters is the well, current live viewers, I guess, would matter. So I guess if you get your stream embedded in a lot of places, that would probably help out a lot. Okay. Let's go ahead and kill our engines. And then everybody... I should probably go ahead and order... the left handle to be put into internal storage. And the left paw to be put into internal storage. So I don't accidentally click them again. And this solar power plant is going down. Anyway. Welcome here too. How was your day? Classic release day, the nightmares. Oh, pretty good. I started a new project of sorts today. And then I just barely got started with it. And it's like, oh, hey, by the way, we need to start a new, different project. So it looks like I'm actually going to have interesting things to do for a little bit. Okay, where am I currently? Here I am, which means there's another S coming.
S.
Means I can go chase him down and steal his cookies. We want to get more or less parallel with him. Yeah, there's no way we're gonna hit that. And then we can thrust her hard. Aim in his general vicinity until he stops. Okay, we don't want to lose all of our shields. Anyway. I have a PWA of some kind to make. At some point. It's not a big rush, but... would you please stop shooting me? Until my shields can regen. Thank you. You're not doing any damage, but it's annoying. Anyway. And now I have some kind of web scraping job. On top of that. Which somehow I've managed to escape so far without having to do any web scraping, so... it's going to be a new experience. Bonk. There we go.
S.
And here's our next customer. And I don't have any thrusters to go get him with. We're probably actually going to use selenium. And then drive it from... I'm not sure what yet. Because the site that is being scraped is somebody's crappy ASP app. and so it's going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. The problem is the way things are handled is maybe not standard, but it's got paginated content, and then the next and previous buttons are form submit buttons, which was kind of a WTF for everybody who looked at it so far. So, to get anything out of it, you have to submit. The entire page is wrapped up in a giant form. So you have to submit a whole load of different hidden control, the values from a whole bunch of hidden controls to have it before it'll work. We already tried tweaking it to tell it to feed us more content per page than it was doing by default, but it just kicks out an error if you do that. So it's just a matter of going through a couple hundred items, 100 at a time. Today I was working on a... we kind of got a project going to make a... Not sure how I'd describe it. Basically, make some accounting software sort of thing. And we need a simple app to start entering transactions with. Specifically, it should work on like a phone and that kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, we'll just crank out a PWA for the starters. And basically, it'll allow you to use your phone to like take a picture of a receipt or whatever and then enter in what account you should charge and a few things like that. Very simple. But software developer, yeah. The company I work for just kind of does whatever as far as... So sometimes I'll do back-end stuff, sometimes I'll do front-end stuff, which is pretty cool. This particular thing is just kind of a throwaway, who knows if we'll keep using it or how long kind of thing. So I'm probably going to be developing it with, well, I am developing it with a really lightweight thingy I threw together a while ago. That makes it easier, just throw some code together and test it. Basically, it's built on HTML, CSZ, and P-React. Plug together and make kind of a weird, I don't know. It's not a very smart way of doing anything except for one thing. It doesn't require any NPM or anything. You just copy a few files and you're off to the races. Work in cybersecurity as a security consultant? Well, isn't that kind of an interesting little thing? Because this is sort of a side company that my boss owns, and his main job is indeed cybersecurity. And some of the other guys who work here, or not, you know, work in this building. They are, they work for other cybersecurity companies.
Thank you.
Anyway. But I'm just an application and whatever developer. I think you're supposed to call it full stack nowadays. Oh, there's a K. Should I order the carbon broadhead to go kick his butt? I think I'm gonna. You. Go kick that K's butt. 4X4 viewers are all certified nerds? Probably. I mean, I doubt you're gonna find many people who are interested in more nerdy things playing a game like this. Then again, you never know. I've known plenty of people who were extremely nerdy in personal life and were very not nerdy at their job because they like just working a job where you can go do the damn thing and turn your brain off. And I can't say I blame them at all.
Awaiting orders.
Now let's go meet up with the Carbon Broadhead.
Raptor.
Do nothing at programming your computers other than play video games. Yeah. Iron Cybersecurity is your company name. Oh. Never heard of it, but that's not surprising because I don't really pay much attention to that space. Other than the stories of horrible things gone wrong that I hear from the other people who work around here. I wonder if I can get close to this thing. Oops. Will it actually... Oh, it dropped out of travel drive because I hit it. Oops. Sorry. Now I'm kind of curious though. If I stay close, will it drag me into travel drive with it? Probably not. Or will it simply not engage travel drive? Nope, I can hear it charging. It's company of one person. Yeah. Technically, I would be a company of one person as well, but... Because technically I'm a contractor, but... Yeah. In practice, any contracting I do is for this particular company and a... possibly some of the other guys around here. Have me do small things for them occasionally. Which can result in some interesting accounting, but anyway. It's definitely dragging me into travel drive with it. Because 800 is way higher than the default top speed of this craft. That's kind of cool. Can I fly around when I'm in this? Sort of. It's very weird to do it though. It's very twitchy. Yeah, I don't have anything quite that fancy. Okay, are the fighters going to launch now? I do have the fighters set to launchable, don't I? No, I don't. Okay, well now they are. Got the medium ships launching now. They're set to go intercept, so they shouldn't actually do anything to the K out here. Get the full fighter launch experience here. Except I'm not as good enough a pilot to maintain the exact positioning like these guys do. Figured that no one let you help with cybersecurity if you didn't at least look serious.
Something hit us.
Pandorian's Viper is under attack. For some reason, that ship has more trouble than anybody else with getting too close to a station and doing something dumb. Let's go blow up some of these. Okay, let's not.
Explosion imminent.
Not sure who's blowing up. Mommy, save me! do not want to overfly those
Hull
guns.
damage.
We were hit.
Carbon broadhead's taking attack. Okay, how are things going here? Carbon broadhead is taking some shield damage, actually. The K is about ready to go kaboom. There's a whole bunch of bad fighters after me. Carbon broadhead will be fine in the long run. Looks like the Nemesis are doing some amount of work. As long as you idiots don't sit still. We'll just thrust her right on back. Talking about projects, what do you think of one where we simulate X4's macro universe, map only? That sounds extremely difficult.
P.
Sounds like the kind of thing you could base your own game off of completely. Quite a lot of work involved. Okay. Thinking of Canvas, JavaScript doesn't necessarily need to be a game, just simulation that'll start and end. There's a lot of number crunching in simulating a game like this. A lot of number crunching. A lot of AI work.
P.
You know, we need to go dock somewhere friendly. Or I'm gonna blow up.
Raptor. Docking Q. Docking Brent.
Okay. Go get our slot. It'd probably be an interesting project, but it would be a big, complicated one, that's for sure. My personal projects tend to be more focused on fun things like writing my own programming languages. Last project I did was writing a fourth that's still not quite finished. Well, that's not the last project. Last programming project I did was tweaking a, or last personal one, was tweaking a very cool little deal. I have a switch over there in the desk that is three position switch. It has like 1 bar, a 0, and 2 bars, which I refer to as 0, 1, and 2, because what they do is, depending on the switch position, it's hooked up to a Raspberry Pi Pico, and if you plug the Pico into a computer, it shows up as a little tiny flash drive. And on that flash drive, there's a single text file, little shell script, that sets a variable to 0, 1, or 2, depending on the position of the switch. Now the purpose of this is so that when I reboot my computer, which I do multiple times every day because of Windows for using Linux for work and Windows for streaming, Grub is configured, the bootloader is configured, so it looks for that specific drive, and if it finds it, then it sources that specific file and decides what to boot based on the contents of the variable.
Docking queued.
It's actually super useful because, well, I reboot my computer all the time. And so whenever I'm done done for the day and want to go to Windows, I just flick it over to the
Docking
2
right.
position and reboot, and I can just get up and walk away. In the morning when I get back in and want to start working, I just flick the switch and go straight to Linux. And if I ever want to use the menu like normal, I can just flick it to the middle position and do it that way. Let's do a little bit of loot suck as the big ship. Collect a whole load of money. Well, not money, but effectively. Hello, Reckless. Welcome here. Oh, that was something else I did today. I set up subscriber badges, which isn't going to matter to like any of you guys because you all have the first badge instead of... Okay, is this the right ship? Yes, it is. Because you guys all have the early sub badge for one of the first people to sub. But eventually, someday, when those run out, there will be people who are 1 month subbed will get the just the left side of the arrow. And then eventually, once it lets me, it'll eventually progress to just the right side of the arrow and then both sides of the arrow. Someday you might want actual proper decent badges, but for now that will do. Yeah, anyway, that boot switch, it was something I saw in Hackaday and it's like, yeah, that was cool. And hey, I have a whole pile of these Pi Picos just sitting around. Let's do it. I went ahead and made one and tweaked the software a little bit because, well, it needed it. But anyway, what I want to do is take one of those Picos and make it so that it has an actual display output and can be used as a little fourth machine. Using a custom fourth, of course, because the whole fun of making something like that would be programming the fourth. Let's see how things are doing in the universe. How things are doing in the universe is that there are a large number of very angry defense drones over here. Let's have the carbon broadhead fly over there and park. I really need to get some kind of... You know what, let's do that. Yeah, where am I at now? Over here, close by this gate. That's a bad place to be.
Talati defense platform.
Let's go park beside this Talati defense platform. We'll be at least somewhat safe. And then we can do some ship window shopping. Look around, see what destroyer would be the best as a point defense ship. Anyway, someday I will buy myself a separate stream computer, or more likely a separate work computer, and then the days of dual booting will be gone. Oh, that reminds me, after stream today, I need to... there's something I want to test. I found an OBS plugin that should help a lot with my mic audio. Specifically, not mic audio for stream, but mic audio for if I'm using Discord or something while streaming. So that the stream version of the mic audio also goes to Discord. Because tomorrow, unless something happens between now and then, is going to be Raft with AF. That should be a ton of fun. Congrats on never hearing keyboard or mouse. Well, that's largely due to OBS's audio processing. For some reason, these drones are just sitting here, not actually being aggressive, which is very strange. Alright, what were we going to do? Window shopping for ships. That's what we're going to do. Your Avi and ASC keyboard? Well, they probably don't do nearly as much audio processing as I do. Now the question is...
Illegal wares on drone detected.
Okay, a DCSE destroyer. How many... All we care about is the number of medium turrets, which is a number somewhere around here. It doesn't show the number here? Actually, we're doing this the wrong way. We should be doing this through the encyclopedia. Ships. Combat ships. Carriers and destroyers. Okay, the Barbarossa has 10 medium turrets. 8 medium turrets. 8 medium turrets. 12 medium turrets. 12 medium turrets. 12 medium turrets. 10, 9, 9, 12, and 4. So it looks like it's a tie between the Rattlesnake or the Odysseus E.
We were hit.
Is that a medium ship dock on the back of it? Okay, here. Who's being shot? Viper? What is wrong with you? Why do you keep flying too close to the sun? Or the station, as the case may be. Okay, let's take a closer look at the Odysseus E. It has an M dock and 2 small docks, so this thing would be like a micro carrier. It's not that fast. It has 2 front guns and 4 large turrets, which is kind of pathetic. But it does have 12 medium turrets and can carry only 6 fighters. That's really pathetic. That's really, really pathetic. It would make an interesting yacht, though. It looks pretty sleek, and it has a medium dock we can put the on foot on. I'm not sure why we would want to do that, mind you, but anyway. If flying slowly around in style had any value, this would be the ship to do it in, probably. If this number was like 20 or something, then it would be almost worth it to use it as a an escort.
Awaiting orders.
Because then you could put a bunch of fighters on it. You know, a bunch. Put them all into a intercept mode. And then you'd have 12 turrets and a bunch of fighters on call using fairly reasonable destroyer speeds. As it is, the Rattlesnake can hold 40 fighters for some bizarre reason. Although it can't launch them in any kind of decent time. Let's take a closer look at this. It is the DCSE. It is produced by, I'm guessing, both kinds of Paranid. But we'll go check these guys out. Buy ships, size L, DCSE, high preset loadout. Okay, so 2 of its heavy turrets are down here. 1 heavy turret here in the nose. And the other heavy turret is here on the back. So you could have 3 heavy turrets fire at anything you pointed your nose at. And there's 2 main guns. Which I'm not sure what the main guns are like on it. It is a pretty slick looking ship. Where are the fighter docks? Down. Oh, there they are. Either side of the medium ship dock. Is this the only destroyer that has medium ship docks? You can carry 4 small ships and 2 mediums. Yeah, I don't think I would buy these for the firepower. But they might make good escort ships, actually. Or patrol ships. Because you can, well, they probably can't repair their docked ships, though. So they wouldn't actually be able to serve the purpose of a carrier. Which seems unfortunate. Well. It's kind of cool. This thing supports... There's no way. Zeus E, carrier. 16 small ships. What the heck? This is a carrier. 8 medium ships, 16 smalls. And it looks like somebody stepped on it or bunked its nose really hard and kind of got squished. Okay, there's no way that's... This thing is totally worthless. I mean, I guess you could repair your fighters here, but why would you do that when you could get an auxiliary ship? Which holds... The auxiliary ship holds more than the carrier. What? Here's the Atlas E. Oh, apparently the E variants are just terrible as far as carrying ships. They look better, but they're terrible. The other carriers have about the same medium ships? I don't know, but 16 small ships on a... This is auxiliary, but... Okay, Zeus Sentinel carrier. 40 small ships. That's much more reasonable. But if you switch over to the Zeus E... Here, let's give this high preset. Okay, it's 138 speed. High preset, 212 speed. Okay, so it's a lot faster, but it carries less than half the number of ships. It does have 4 medium docks and can dock 8 medium ships, so you would be able to get all your mediums out in 2 launches. And all your fighters out in 2 launches. But why would you ever buy this carrier when you can go up to the split and buy this absolute beast that can carry 100 fighters and 30 mediums? Mediums with their own smalls? I guess you could do that. I suppose. That'd be about the only way you could carry a decent number of ships on board it, though, that's for sure. Let's actually see what... Do the Pyramid have any mediums that carry smalls? Just, you know, trying to go all Pyramid here. Oops, we're in the wrong place for mediums. Looking at all Pyramid here. They do have a frigate. It only carries 1 small ship. Okay. Let's see if anybody else's medium ships can do combat, fighters, and supports. Okay, 1 small dock, 1 small ship. 1 small ship, no small ships. 1 small ship, 1 small ship, no small ships. It looks like the mediums can only carry 1 small each if they can carry any. Which is very unfortunate. Yeah. So you could get 8 more smalls out of it then, if you did that. But it would be so cumbersome and annoying that... Well, what's the Argon carrier capable of carrying? Now I'm kind of curious. Colossus Vanguard. 40 smalls. Okay, so it looks like the Zeus E is just a fast, but can't carry enough to matter carrier. Okay, what was the other... What was that? Do you see a Sentinel? This destroyer can carry more fighters than that carrier can. Admittedly, this destroyer looks super ugly. And the E version can't carry that many, but... Yeah. Somebody undertuned the ship carrying capacity of the parentage ships pretty drastically. That's just sad numbers. Oh, let's see. Okay. What are the Talati ones capable of doing? The Condor Vanguard.
Stop that criminal!
It has a carrying capacity of 40 smalls, 10 mediums, launch 3 at a time. If it wasn't... Well, if I was more of a fan of the mushroom look, then Talati ships are probably pretty decent. Their auxiliary can carry that many. It looks like the auxiliary is every bit as capable of as the carrier is when it comes to carrying fighters. What are their... Phoenix Vanguard. It can dock 40 small ships that it can launch from 2 docks. That's a bit pathetic as far as... You're not going to be using this as a replacement carrier, that's for sure. Or made the split OP, yeah, that's possible. The split carrier... Let's go back and look at this again. The split carrier only has 1 medium dock on it, though. It can carry 30 medium ships, but it can only dock 1 at a time. So realistically, you don't want to carry medium ships on this thing, or at least not very many. 10 of them, maybe. So the other carriers are better for medium ships, that's for sure, even though they can't carry as many, just because they can get them off faster. But if you want to carry small ships, there's really no other carrier to really consider, because this one's just so good. Launched 21 at a time with a capacity of 100. That's ridiculous. Compared to the others that max out at 40 anyway. I need to look at what the split auxiliary is like. This thing looks cool. It can carry 10 mediums and launch them 2 at a time. 40 fighters. This thing is like the other race's good carriers. Although it doesn't have nearly as many guns, of course, as some things do. Also, it doesn't have any guns on the bottom, really. Just on the top. I ought to buy one of these at some point. How much are they? 18 million. Oh, that's not bad at all. We probably want to adjust these consumables a little bit. No flares. It isn't maxed out on drones. So you'd want to take like 75 repair drones, 20 cargo drones. Yeah, make that 25 cargo drones. There we go. About 20 million. Got a nice auxiliary ship to keep everybody in tip-top shape. It's a bit slow. What do we have for engines on it? Split travel Mark 1s. Realistically, unless we upgraded the engines, we wouldn't get much better than that. On this ship, anyway. Because I think these are the best engines as far as... what's the travel drive speed? 1800. That's pretty slow. Wonder what. Let's look at some of the other races' auxiliary ships. Obviously, the fast way to do this would be... Okay, this one... This is actually one Argon ship whose look I like. It looks very utilitarian and... Okay, let's give it a high preset loadout. It's quite slow though, 82. Travel drive is not too bad though. Okay. What's the Terran? Tokyo. 10 mediums, 1 medium dock, 18 S docks, 40 S. About average for a carrier, looks like. Let's see what the Honshu is like. Quite slow, at least with Terran engines. It carries about as many as the carrier does. Very slow, actually. These are kind of pathetic numbers. I wonder what this would look like with split engines on it. Well, there's a way to find out. The Honshu, isn't it? Of course, nothing in this list is sorted. Honshu auxiliary with a high preset loadout. That gives us Terran travel drives. Let's give it split travels. That takes up to 51 and 830, which is really pathetic. What about Argon travel drives? 1400? 44? This is very definitely not a ship that's going to be moving much. Clearly those sails are not there for decoration. You know what? Why am I not using the ship comparator for all this? Because I don't remember the ship names, that's why. Oh, let's see. What do the Talati have for a auxiliary? Historic Vanguard. Oh, I already looked at this, didn't I? It's sort of fast in travel drive. Not terrible in normal space as far as big ships go. It's definitely slow, but it carries about as much as a good carrier does. So it could carry enough to protect itself anyway. A lot of these ships are actually quite good if only they weren't so ugly. Oh. Why are the Talati scanning my cargo? Oh, I see. This is now a Talati system. I see. Carbon broadhead. Go wreck this K. I'm greatly enjoying sending the carbon broadhead out after Ks. Terran auxiliary only has one engine, which is why it's slow. Yeah.
We're taking hits.
Oh, Viper's complaining again. The Viper is complaining again. I'm not sure why this particular destroyer does this. It gets too close and it gets shot and then it goes, oh, and runs away. Whereas every other destroyer keeps their distance properly, and maybe it's just a problem with... I was about to say maybe it's a problem with the short-range guns, but then I just realized the guns on the wheelbarrow are the same length, or the same range, so... I don't know, it's weird. Also, why are they not blowing this up? It's been a long time and it hasn't gone boom yet.
Awaiting orders.
Where are you going? My people need me. Yeah, I'm not sure how much engine count affects ship speed. I guess it depends also on weight. Oh. If the hull is really heavy and anyway, that was an interesting bit of window shopping. I'm not sure which auxiliary I would buy if I was going to park auxiliaries in some place. Okay, the K left or blew up, so the carbon broadhead is no longer moving. Let's go ahead and fly over to find out what's going on here. Figure out why they're not destroying that station. Because they're definitely sitting there claiming they're attacking it. Also, why all these drones just say they do nothing? Yeah, they think they're doing something, but they're not. I guess I kind of figured that, okay, you know, carriers would probably carry like 60 or 70 fighters maybe, and the split Raptor just happened to have a large number with 100. So when I actually started really looking at them and realized they only carry like 40 or less, that very much made me question the usefulness of carriers in general. Not that 40 isn't a lot of fighters, it's just that if the auxiliary ships carry about the same numbers the carriers do, what's the reason to buy a carrier? Unless it's cheaper, maybe. Because looking at the split ships, it made sense why you would want a carrier over an auxiliary. The carrier carried a lot more fighters. Yeah, anyway. The split ships are just too good for their own good. They're fast where it counts. Namely, well, where it counts if I'm piloting them manually anyway, which is in local maneuvering. They are a bit squishy, but carriers make even more sense if there's hyperspace travel. Yeah. If you could load a bunch of carriers up and then do a jump. Like an X3, jump drives were a thing. So if you got a carrier with a jump drive on it, and you could load a whole bunch of fighters onto it and just jump right into something. Not that I ever really did that, mind you. I did have a ship with a jump drive on it once. But it wasn't like a carrier or anything like that. Anyway. Hmm. I wish there were more games like X3 where you could fly any ship you wanted and the rest were AI controlled. And that weren't also multiplayer. Oops. Bonk. Anyway, this little fighter's kind of growing on me a little bit. I like its maneuverability.
Defense drone.
Its speed. Too bad we can't land. Hiding from the Xeon in the bottom of a crater.
Explosion imminent.
What bit goes kaboom? Ah, that bit goes kaboom.
Drone 2.
It'd be kind of fun to have a combat-oriented game like X4. Not to say that I don't like X4's economy, because I do. It's just that sometimes it'd be fun to also play one that's a little bit more, has a little bit tighter combat system and smarter combat AIs on both sides. And I ought to break out Free Space 2 again. Take that for a spin, but that's just not the same at all.
Drone 3.
You are going to go away now, please. Not that you're actually causing a problem or anything, just that. Kaboom. There we go.
Drone 1.
Why do we have drones right out here anyway? That was a complete mess. There's Elite Dangerous, but you need a HOTAS or something similar to fully enjoy it. Well, I need to get one of those.
Drone 2.
It's on the list of things that are going to be gotten at some point. But other than combat, it's very boring.
Drone
Yeah.
4.
And correct me if I'm
Drone
wrong,
4.
but it's not like you can run a fleet in that game either, is it? Or can you?
Solar power plant.
This game has decided that your brand new rattlesnake must die. Well, try not to let it do that. If you're going to manually pilot the rattlesnake, well, actually, I'm not sure what the upgrades on this thing exactly,
Rattlesnake.
what they do. Let me check if I can see that. Okay, we'll borrow 2. Here we go. What do we have for speed? We have engine forward thrust plus 20%, rotation thrust plus 45. So I don't actually have the speed on this upgraded much at all, really. Well, by 20%. But just a little bit of speed upgrade on a rattlesnake means you'll pretty much be able to run away from anything that, as long as your engines aren't injured. Run away from anything that you can't kill. Of course, if you're not manually piloting it, then who knows what the AI is going to do. Usually bad things.
Solar power plant. Defense drone.
Boom.
Defense drone.
Why are these defense drones all just sitting out here not doing anything? Did somebody blow up the droid control ship when I wasn't paying attention?
Defense drone.
Sent to the Argon shipyard for some upgrades, tabbed out of the game, checked something, came back into fighting the entire Argon fleet. Sounds like you need to reload a save.
Defense
That's
drone.
definitely a... yeah, probably either accidentally shot
Defense
something
drone.
or accidentally rammed something or who knows what.
Defense drone.
Whatever it is, it sounds an awful lot like something that shouldn't happen normally.
Defense drone.
Say what's not so, Bo.
Defense drone. Defense drone. Defense drone. Defense drone.
Well, that you're eating while watching me play games.
Defense drone.
Well, why would I want to say that's not so? In X3, you could apologize and exit combat for silly things. Yeah, I do remember something like that. Accidentally shooting things a time or two and calling them up on comms and apologizing. Say, let me alone. It's definitely
Solar power plant.
something that this game could do with. I wonder if there's a mod to do that.
Rattlesnake.
Generally, when you calm somebody who's pissed at you, there's they just tell you they won't talk. Wow. Let's nestle in underneath the dragon and let it take us places. Okay, I should probably go check on the thing that I named the stream after. Namely, find out if the money printer is going brrrr yet. Oh, it's got a stock of advanced electronics. And it is making some amount of money. How much money does it have in stock? Only 6 million? Okay. There's a mod that changes the ratio. I'm guessing that'd be how much damage you have to do before things get pissed. Trying to build a fleet to get rid of your vigor problem. Okay, looks like the money printer is going to be printing 2,600 advanced electronics an hour. We currently have 1,200. So, yeah, those will be sold off at a decent rate, and we should make money. Let's see about the other thing I was working on as well. No Clitronics or hull parts have been delivered yet, which isn't too surprising. How are we doing on stocks of each? Not amazingly. I should probably have some freighters just haul some parts over. Are there any large freighters who are sitting around with anything with nothing to do? Yes, there are. Okay. You transfer wares at the station. Load up on haul parts. And then trade with the build storage. Okay. Transfer wares to the station. Oh, well, let's choose a different freighter for that. Transfer wares to the station. Load up on electronics. Trade with the build storage. Okay. And then transfer wares to the station and get rid of the excess electronics. Now, is there a third one? Yes. Transfer wares to the station. Load up on haul parts. Trade with the build storage. Unload. And finally, get rid of the excess. All right. Yeah, for some reason the Vigors just love to own huge numbers of small fighters and stuff. I'm awaiting the day when I can pull into their stations with what I'll call it. When I can pull into their systems, I mean, not stations. With vast numbers of anti-fighter resources and just watch them expend themselves upon my hull. Okay. I should have did this as soon as I ordered it up. It will take quite some time to get this scrap recycler going. For that matter, another thing I should check. Bob is slightly short on drones. Unfortunately, I can't easily give him more. No, I can't transfer drones with a medium freighter. Okay. Anyway. The money printer thinks it has insufficient funds. Speaking of insufficient funds, I wonder how the Terran boondoggle is doing. It actually seems to be making a small amount of money for me. Not enough to matter, mind you, but a small amount of money. Although, if you check, it's making money. It actually sold some hull parts. I can't believe it. Will the wonders never cease?
Imminent.
It's mostly selling energy cells, though. It's selling energy cells to finance purchasing the resources it needs to produce hull parts. This is such a stupid station. I'm very glad I don't have to depend on it for any kind of money. I wish I could give it to the Argon for like rep or something. Oh, there's plenty of ships worth scrapping here. We have 2 Ghost Ks now instead of just 1, which is unfortunate and annoying. Stonks. Kinda. In the most ironic way you could phrase that possible, maybe.
Defense
Oh,
drone.
well. I 100% expected that station not to make me a dime when I built it.
Defense drone. Defense drone. Defense drone. Phoenix defense drone.
Okay.
Defense drone.
Oh, let's get rid of these things. For a bunch of defense drones,
Solar power plant.
these
Defense
things are
drone.
pretty defenseless at the moment.
Defense drone. Defense drone.
Okay, let's get out of here. Am I encoding on a second PC? Nope. Matter of fact, I'm not even using GPU encoding. I'm doing all on the CPU. I have a 3950X. So yeah, CPU encoding makes perfect sense on this system. I used to do GPU encoding because that was the default, and it's like, okay, NVENC will handle it. But I had a very, very rough scum stream once that was just basically unwatchable. So it was like, screw it, let's try CPU encoding. Stream's been butter smooth ever since.
Solar power plant. Defense drone.
Originally,
Defense drone.
the system was going to feature a 3090 and then a 3950X. But I had the money in hand, all ready to go and everything. To order 3090 Founders Edition on launch day. And I'm sure you can guess how well that went. So then it became, well, okay, I'd be willing to settle for a 3080 if I could find one.
Defense drone.
And that very quickly became, just give me a GPU, I don't care what it is. And so I have a 3070.
Solar power plant.
And I count
Defense
myself as
drone.
lucky to have gotten that. Oh, well. I could have gotten a 3090 before I got the 3080, but for more money than I was willing to pay for it. I was willing to pay the $1,400 launch price for the Founders Edition, but I wasn't willing to pay over $2,000. Which is what it would have cost me to get one from Micro Center when they had them in stock, which wasn't always. And of course, nothing was available online anywhere, or at least not for any kind of even slightly reasonable price. To get the 3070, I ended up having to drive a couple hours to a Micro Center that had it in stock and hope I could grab it. And they did have some still when I got there, and it was like, yes, give me your card. That was pretty significant because before that point I had a 770.
Defense drone.
And I don't know about you, but a 770 and a 3950X are slightly mismatched. Anyway, there was a long time there where the only GPU I could get would have been a 3090 for around $2,000 or so, because they were all like FTW3 overclocked edition, that kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, no thanks. It's kind of funny. My previous system had a 750 in it, 750 Ti, and it just wasn't cutting it anymore. And then my brother-in-law built a new system, and he's like, hey, do you want a 770? It's like, yeah. That was a pretty major upgrade. And then I made a bunch of money that year, and it's like, okay, we're going to build the system of my dreams. And so I bought all the fancy hardware and was all ready to buy, launch card, and then... Oh, well. When you built the main system 2 years ago, local Micro Center had 2070 Super at retail price. Yeah, Micro Center is a really cool store. It's too bad the nearest one's an hour and a half away. I did get myself onto the waiting list for a 3090 from what's their faces? Oh, I don't remember what company was doing that waiting list again. Anyway, I got on the waiting list like as soon as I heard about it being a thing. EVGA, yeah. So I was on that waiting list, and by the time that my name came up on it, it was months after I already bought the 3070, and it was like, well, I don't have the money for it anymore. If you guys had hurried up, I could have got it. Do I throttle with mouse wheel? Yep. Throttling with mouse wheel is kind of a pain, but it's better than the alternatives. Yeah, it was definitely way longer than I was willing to wait. If I got on it early enough, I probably could have got myself a 3090 for a price I was willing to pay, but it definitely... I got my email, and I went to the Armco Discord and the tech channel and was like, hey, anybody want a 3090? Kind of ironically, because obviously I'm pretty sure nobody was interested. I use the backspace button still for kill engines, but... Mouse wheel is pretty reasonable way to control speed once you're used to it. It doesn't hurt any that the game I played the most right before this was Scum, and Scum uses mouse wheel to control movement speed. I mean, they're very different games, but... Tell you what, that's something that all PC first-person shooters should support. Mouse wheel to control movement speed. Because after a little bit of playing the early Splinter Cells or Scum or some other game that did it that way, it's like, why in the world is there any other system?
Drone 3.
Have they blown up the station yet? No, they haven't. Still working on it. Who are you? Oh, Bloody Patrol Destroyer. Okay. I guess. Matrix 451 is Talati owned at this point. Next up will be taking Matrix number 9. Matter of fact, does this thing have... No, I don't have any deployables on board. Is there any place I can get deployables near here? Not really. Burning lot without going farther than I want to... Oh wait, no, right here. Split equipment dock here in family ticker. Okay, let's go buy some satellites.
Family ticker.
Actually, wait. Let's try a technique I have learned. Oops. Dang it. There we go. Engage travel drives with a jump. Steam likes to get in the way when you do that, but it works out in the end. Oh, I should rebind my Steam overlay to some other key, but I'm far too used to it being Shift Tab at this point. It would be annoying if I changed it to something else. Okay. I think we're going to end the stream tonight by dropping a bunch of satellites in Matrix 9. So we get a good view of what the place looks like and what we have to blow up.
Entering system. Family Tucker.
It'd definitely be pretty awesome to get a HOSAS set up. But the earliest that will happen will be mid to late summer, probably. If I'm lucky. And if I stop wasting my money. I see. What am I getting? Probably Gladiator Evos. They're about the best thing that is in a budget that I can reasonably afford.
Docking granted.
Get a pair of Gladiator Evos, and then I'll probably get a desk mounts for them. I was thinking about getting chair mounts, but I've decided that desk mounts would be easier to get out of the way. Because whatever kind of mount I get is going to have to be moved.
Successfully done.
Or removed and re-added twice a day, you know.
It's an honor to have you aboard.
Taken off every morning. Consumables. Let's buy like 10 advanced satellites. That should be plenty. We don't really need anything else here. So if I just get some desk mounts with a like quick release clamp on them, I can just clamp them in the right place. And yeah. It'll probably cost me somewhere in the neighborhood of $500 to $600 to get the setup I'm looking at. Treated yourself to dual Verpals? I'm jealous. That's what Wasted Space has.
Jump gate. Matrix.
He's a streamer I watched for a while. He was playing a bunch of Star Wars Squadrons, I think it was. And so he got himself a HOSAS set up. And it's like, yeah, I need those. Just like that. But I can't afford the Verpals, so we'll have to drop down to something a little bit cheaper. Recommend Fox mounts. What did I pick out as likely what I was going to get? I was looking at the Monster Tech mounts, but I hadn't really settled on anything yet for that. There's a channel in the Discord called Life Goals where I've stuck basically what kind of setup I'm thinking about getting. Although some of it is very... for example, I was thinking about getting a Stream Deck to use for this game for stuff like going to Travel Drive and stuff like that. I don't know if I actually want to spend the money on that though, because that would add considerably to the price of the setup. It'd be like buying a third stick basically.
Entering system. Matrix. Number 451.
Oh wait, this isn't the system I was wanting to go to.
Advanced satellite.
Let's go back and get that satellite. Eckhart's Ladder went hard on it with Wasted and Shaq. Yeah, I remember that. It was a pretty cool game to watch, but the game just kind of died away then eventually. Yeah, did you say Fox mounts? I'll have to look that up. Just post that in the Life Goals channel so I can, whoops. I clicked when I shouldn't have. So I can remember to look it up later. Anyway, if anyone is particularly interested in critiquing what I might want to do with my setup, like I said, there is a channel in the Discord where I posted all that stuff. It is locked.
Jump gate. Matrix.
So you should be able to see it, but you can't say anything in it. But that's what General's for. It's mostly just a place for me to keep track of things I am thinking about getting for the stream. And I figured, you know, there's no reason to hide this, so screw it. We'll let the plebs look at it. That was a joke. You guys aren't plebs. You're awesome. Yeah. Star Wars Squadrons looked like it might be fun, but I was
Entering system.
obviously not
Number
going to play it right when
9.
it came out. For one thing, I am not at all equipped to play games like that at all competitively, and okay, let's have a little look around what's going on. That, and I'm not really interested in PvP. I know some people really enjoy PvP, but for me it's just not my thing, to say the least. Okay. There's several stations. Oh, there we go. Wrong mode. Last one you played was Rogue Squadron? Yeah. Pretty much all my space shooter time has been... Oh... been Freelancer, if that counts really, which I guess it probably does, and Free Space 2, Free Space 1 via the Free Space 2 mod that lets you play the Free Space 1 story. Stuff like Dark Star 1. Let's see what else. Yeah, Freelancer was a good game. I need to revisit it someday. Play through the story again the way I used to do it. Namely with a save editor, so I didn't have to do all the grind missions in between. Rebel Galaxy I played a little bit of, I think. It sounds familiar anyway. There was some game I played. Okay. I'm gonna feel really stupid if this was Rebel Galaxy. But there was some game I played where you could own multiple ships, which I thought was awesome. But you couldn't fly them. You could only fly one at a time. The rest would remain docked at a, what do you call it? You would dock your ships at stations, and you could go to a station and pick out what ship you wanted. Ah, I wish I remember what that game was called. Starpoint Gemini. Yes, exactly. I need to revisit that sometime, because that was a pretty fun game. Yeah, Starpoint Gemini was pretty cool. It wasn't like amazing or anything, but it was cool. I don't remember which one I played. I don't think it was the first one. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, Starpoint Gemini was cool. I liked it. Okay, we have probably explored this system enough for my liking. Rebel Galaxy, that's the one that was free on Epic for a while, wasn't it? Or not? I don't remember. Let's see, actually, let's just go right ahead. We'll let the ship fly itself for a little bit while I open up. Rebel Galaxy. Yeah, I have that. I played a bit of it. I didn't play too much of it. It's here, and it is indeed... what store is this one from? Epic, yeah. Okay, so that's the one I got free from Epic.
Jump gate. Fires of defeat.
Star Sector? I might actually have played Star Sector before. Let me see if it's in Play Night. Okay, I do not own Star Sector. That doesn't mean anything.
Entering system. Fires of defeat.
Well, first let's kill our drives before I go flying off into the distance. And then... Star Sector. Oh, I think I played this before. Yeah, I remember this game. Well, it's a little ambitious saying I remember it. I remember it very vaguely. Anyway. Star Sector was free on Epic also at one point. That must have been like the one game that I missed or something then. Because I'm pretty sure I have every single Epic game except there was like one or two that I missed somehow. Look for that again. Yeah, I definitely don't have it. I don't think I think you might be thinking of something else. Let's actually open the Epic client and look. Let's see. Yeah, it's not here. Yeah, I was gonna say. I was pretty sure that one wasn't released anywhere except their website. Anyway, I think it was during one of their big free game every day events. I forgot to check in one day and missed a game. But otherwise, I got them all.
Awaiting orders.
There was some game that I played the demo for recently that was kind of a top-down 2D thing like that. I saw it on Splattercat. It's like, yeah, that looks cool. So I tried the demo out and it was cool, but for some reason I just didn't buy it.
Awaiting orders.
Thinking of Crying Sons. Obviously I've never played that one, but I wonder if I have it. Crying Sons. Yeah, I have not only one, but 2 copies of it. Apparently it was free on Steam at some point too.
Orders.
Tactical roguelite that puts you in control of a space fleet commander. Yeah. Never tried it. Space exploration, procedurally generated universe, tactical fights. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Never played that. Obviously I own it, but... Space Pirates and Zombies 1.
Stop them.
That sounds intriguing just from the name. It's either amazing or it's terrible. You can tell right away. Oh, well. What time is it? Almost 10:30. Yeah, there's a Warframe Discord I'm still in. For the Warframe clan I was a member of once upon a time. And they have a bot or something in there that reads posts on r/gaming deals or whatever it is. And anything that has free or 0% or, you know, or 100% off or anything like that in the name, it formats it up in a nice little post and spits it out. Do I still play Warframe? Not really. I played it a little while ago, a little bit for a couple days ago, but it mostly just reminded me why I don't play it anymore. Namely, I escaped the grind once. I don't want to go back. Also, it didn't help that I was very disappointed in the story, the latest story content. To be clear, not the what do you want to call it? What was the latest big? Not the new war. That story content was pretty cool. But the latest little tiny bit they dropped about the Zeraman, it was like, this is boring. It's basically just an introduction quest to some new endless mission types, and that was it. And a new syndicate that you'd have to farm for, and I'm like, no thank you. I have farmed out too many new syndicates in my time. I'm done. So, I didn't even bother buying an Aros Prime, despite the fact... I mean, not an Aros Prime. Oh, who was the latest? Not latest Prime, but one just a little bit back. Warframe I really liked. I was really looking forward to it. Necros. Oh, they have Garuda Prime out now, too? Oh, don't tempt me. Not Necros. The infested dude, whatever his name is. Nidus. There we go. I was really looking forward to his Prime. And I haven't even bothered to buy it because... Or, you know, or even to farm it, I guess. I'd probably just I have enough plat, I could probably just buy it off players, but... I just haven't bothered. Once I stopped playing Warframe, all my desire to play it again just kind of went out of me. It's a fun game, but... I can't take the grind anymore. Yeah, Necros is cool too. I used to play him a lot. Yeah, if I could find a infested survival arbitration, I would take Nidus, and I would take a good melee weapon, and I'd spend an hour in an arbitration, just killing infested left, right, and center. That was fun. In a kind of lean back and turn your brain off kind of way. Kind of like Vampire Survivors, except you have to pay a little bit more attention. Yeah, there's a game that came out of nowhere and nobody was looking for. Catch Moon? Not really. I did use Catch Moon some, but for me, I really like melee. I would generally use, for him, I would either use Vanka Prime or I would use, oh, now that I haven't played for a while, the names are starting to leave my head. The Prime Tomfus. The dual blades that carry on your back, whatever they're called again. Cronin, yeah. Yeah. I have like 3,000 hours and I can't even remember the damn names of the weapons anymore. The combo is still multiplying to this day. Yeah, I logged in. It's like, hey, you have to reset all your focus trees. It's like, okay, I guess. And Mesa's fun, but you wouldn't be able to survive in a infested arbitration for an hour with a Mesa. You'd run out of energy and die. On the other hand, taking Mesa and doing a high-level disruption mission, that was a lot of fun. Because you can just go find the, what do I call them? The big mean bad guys and burn them down really fast. The new buffed Xmas are making it harder too. Yeah, I didn't really have any trouble with them, but then I didn't do any high-level missions either. I just kind of played a little bit of Warframe and then left. Just enough to get the story content done and do the Gift of the Lotus alerts. It was fun revisiting, but just looking and seeing what the new grind possibilities were just kind of sucked it all out of it for me. The first mission or two were like, yeah, I remember why I used to play this game now, and then looking at the rewards I could grind for, and it was like, I remember why I don't play this game anymore now. Steel Path was always fun. Take stuff there and go fight against some stuff that actually makes you break a light sweat.
Docking granted. Docking aborted.
When you have everything and your gears, your builds are all really good, and yeah, it's, well, when I started Warframe, it would be several years ago now. Oh, what year would have that been? My brain wants to say 2013, but that is definitely wrong. Because there's no way. 2013 is when I started playing Dwarf Fortress. It would have been 2017, probably. Maybe 2016. It was a little while after Plains of Eidolon came out. I just loved the gameplay. I played the heck out of it the first few days. But I didn't... Yeah, it was... I got sunk a good 50, 60 hours into it before I hit the first good story mission. And then I went from, the gameplay is amazing, to, wow, this is a really good story. Speaking of which, if there's anybody here who hasn't played Warframe ever, you should go play Warframe just for the story. Don't worry about the grind stuff. Don't worry about all the, you know, just play enough of it to get basic gear and rush the story. If you have a friend who plays Warframe, have them tell you a few good builds to build toward for early game. Oh, I was playing alone, definitely.
Stop that drone!
But just farm the minimum you need to see the story and see at least the first big missions of it. You don't need much to do the enemy, the War Within and the, what do y'all call it? I don't remember the name of the damn mission. But anyway. Because, yeah. Second Dream and the War Within. Those are the two big ones that you definitely want to do. After that, the story is still pretty good, but it requires a lot more farming to get to it. So unless you're actually enjoying yourself, don't do it. But those two quests make it worth doing. Sinking the 30 or so hours it'll take you to get, you know, if you're trying to beeline it. It'll take several days of play before you can actually get to them, just because of the way the caps work and that kind of stuff. Remember when Stalker was actually terrifying? Nah, he was never terrifying when I played. It's kind of funny. The very first time I saw Stalker, I gotta hate Blueprint. I didn't kill it. It was some other guy who was just some other random that was there. He killed Stalker and was like, oh, come over here and get this blueprint. This is really valuable. Anyway. Yeah. And referring back to Dwarf Fortress, I'm definitely looking forward to the Steam release too, because I'm hoping you can finally play it without third-party software. I wasn't one of the people who used Dwarf Therapist, but that's because I used Dwarf Manipulator
Docking
instead,
granted.
which is
Docking aborted.
basically the same thing as Dwarf Therapist is, but it's built into DF Hack, and so it's in the game. You just rattle off a hotkey combo that I'm sure I'd remember if I actually sat down and tried to do it, but can't actually remember at the moment. And you have it in the game, a nice therapist-like UI. I actually modded Dwarf Fortress for years. Made quite a few pretty cool mods. Somebody figured out how to do powered workshops with mods using DF Hack. No, I never used auto labor. I assigned it all myself. But like I said, I use manipulators, so trying to do it using the in-game labor UI is just toxic. But anyway, somebody figured out how to use DF Hack to make powered workshops. And I actually made a mod that had a whole factory set up. You could automatically produce just about anything you wanted. I don't know if you ever heard of Masterwork DF, that mod, but they had a similar kind of factory set up, except mine was, dare I say, better. Stopped playing when Anthem came out, not because Anthem was good, but because Anthem literally killed your computer. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. One reason I stopped playing Dwarf Fortress is because I was modding. And so every single time I went to play the game, it became a testing session. I would play one of my mods because, of course, you might as well. After all, I made them so I could play them. But then I'd discover a bug or something, and I would try to have to go patch it as best I could in the game files, and then fix the bug. And trying to patch a bug on a running fortress is difficult because there's some things that only take effect when a new fortress is started, or when a new world is generated. So I'd do my best to patch it up with some scripting or something, and then you'd play a slowly more and more broken fort as you discovered more and more bugs. And then finally you'd be like, okay, we're done with this for now. And then the next time you came back to play, it'd be like, ah, let's use this mod. And once again, a testing session. I need to revisit that game sometime. Play it someday on stream or something. That sounds like it'd be fun. Oh well. That would actually be a good time to stream it when the Steam release comes out. Do a nice long Dwarf Fortress stream that day or something. If it comes out during the week, take off from work and just do a weekend like stream. Anyway, for now though, let's find out what's been going on while we've been talking. Matrix 451 is completely cleared. Matrix number 9 is obviously not clear at all, but it will be. We're going to work on this next stream probably. How much money have I made back home? Green Acres is got 5 million in its account. Yeah. Energy cells is a bit low, which is weird, but not a problem. Medical supplies and food rations are full. All right. Downloaded the free trial for Anthem that weekend before it launched. Went through character creation process, clicked start, PC shut off, never powered on again. Weird. I don't think I'd ever heard anything about Anthem killing people's PCs before. Not like, say, New World or something like that. Okay, everything's looking good here. Claytronics and Hall parts are slowly getting built back up. All the inputs are doing good. Workforce is slowly coming up. For some reason this isn't making very much money though. Probably because it doesn't have any Claytronics available. And let's check on the money printer. The money printer is at 8 million, which is less than I'd hoped for. Silicon is a little higher than it was last time, but still low. We probably should assign another miner to this place. I never tried New World. Never really got into MMOs. I did play old school RuneScape for a while shortly after I first got internet. Because I used to play it as a kid whenever I had a chance, which wasn't very often. Advanced electronics. We're selling them off at a steady rate. It's making money. Yeah, I used to play RuneScape back when I was a little kid, which would have been, oh, very early 2000s probably. My uncle had a laptop with dial-up, and so whenever we went over to their place, I'd play it sometimes, and that was about it. I was absolutely obsessed with it at the time. And then years later, when I got internet at home, it was like, yeah, let's go revisit this. So I installed RuneScape, and it's like, I have no memory of this place. This is nothing like what I played at the time. So I installed old school RuneScape, and it's like, this is much more like it. Played that for a bit, but it was a constant grind to keep membership, and there was no way I was going to pay for a membership. And free to play just didn't have enough content after a little bit. Anyway. Back then I had the free time to make super grindy games sort of bearable. Now I don't, so. Oh, yeah, we shouldn't hang out around stations because we have illegal goods in our inventory. Anyway. We're making money. The money printer is, I think, let's double check. I think the money printer is fully complete now. So it's just a matter of kicking back and letting the cash roll in. Yeah, money printer is complete. Which was today's objective, after all. And how far are we coming along to the expansion to the scrap processing? It's almost halfway done. Okay. So we are expanding our scrap processing capability a little bit. Namely, we're doubling it. So next stream, these will finish building and we'll start working on clearing out matrix number 9. So that should make the split and the Talati over here a lot happier. And on that note, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Oh. Tomorrow is going to be Raft with AF. So I know it's not X4, but drop by anyway. You might enjoy it. Raft is, if you dropped by before and see me play Raft and thought, oh wow, that's boring, it's a lot more interesting when AF is around. So yeah, Raft with AF tomorrow. I'm not sure if we're going to start the stream with Raft with AF. There might be some Divinity 2 beforehand, depending on how soon AF gets his butt around. But we'll see. And then it's going to be X4 after that, I guess. We'll see. But yeah. Let's see. Is there anybody worth rating right now? Avi's playing Minecraft. And he just blew up. Okay. Is AF doing anything? It doesn't look like it. And Wasted's offline. Yeah, let's go say hi to Avi. So, raid. Avacern. Anyway, he's playing some kind of Minecraft mod pack of some weird sort. So I'll go say hi to him. Give him a wave. Give him a wheelbarrow. And I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Have a great night. You're all amazing. All that fun stuff.